From the northern shores and woodlands to the west, it's history. From copper mines and iron ore, the Great Lakes fishery, to the farmlands of the southern counties and east to Chesapeake Bay. Look at all that waits the sportsman across the USA. And sometimes when the moon brings out the diamonds in the snow, the stillness of the forest is encased in Arctic cold. The wind might whisper through the trees, listen to it say the beauty of our great outdoors across the USA.
Hi there, come on in. What a year we've had in the great outdoors. We've done 52 shows in the past year, from ice fishing through the summer, the fall hunting. I tell you, we've had some very exciting moments.
Which way? I don't know, but it's behind me here. Let's go. Oh, that was not the log you were moving.
Exciting moments for this past year outdoors, plus a great recipe, so stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost. It's time for the Outdoor Digest.
No, that's him! That's him! Because he moved, he's right behind me. No, he is behind us, he's underneath. Yes, please hook him.
If you're gonna botch, wrong way. If you're gonna botch this all.
Yo, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one.
Oh man, a bunch of bulls. Look at that herd.
What happened, Zach?
What can you say? I don't know. I didn't have them hooked that good in the first place, so.
This year in summary in the northern lower, there were virtually, with just minimal mortality. What does this set the table for next year?
Well, right off the bat, we have to think about the type of regulations we're going to deal with for 1990. And especially in those areas of Christmas trees and agricultural crops, we're going to be looking at some liberal seasons, and we're going to try to tailor regulations to target in on those deer.
For an Englishman, action like this is a real thrill. In his home country, this fish would be returned to be caught again and again, which is why they use big nets with small mesh. Richard Dawson can't understand why carp are so totally ignored by American sport fishermen, especially the anglers who release what they catch. Well, Richard, nobody showed us how and why to treat carp with respect, but you've done it. I think maybe we should change our attitudes, don't you? 15 seconds left. There we go, through it through. We have 8 seconds left.
I'm on a bullet.
5 seconds left.
One with a bad knock. We have a winner.
That's it.
Look at here. Get it here. I borrowed an arrow and no knock on it. Like trick, no knock on the arrow. Like trick borrowing arrow. Oh. I don't know why he didn't come with me. I had to chase this one down.
Congratulations.
Oh, boy. That thing took off into the swamp. Oh, man. I tell you, you got to work for these critters. You know, he's not pulling like a king, you know, yanking it, but makes some room here. Good, steady fight. Look at that, eh? You son of a gun! That's the Bonnie Fox, Fred. You son of Nice shot, Fred. Yeah, I see. This was a setup and a half. Congratulations. Nice shot. Oh, yeah, it's real nice. Oh, it is. They're getting bigger. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's nice. Oh, I wonder if there's another one. Yeah. Oh, man. I think this is what we were looking for, Fred, right here. Right there. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. Hey. The banding that you do when a chick is 1 or 2 or 3 days old, how does the band stay on their foot?
It happens that all shorebirds, of which woodcock are a member, have large feet. And when we band them, you can see how big those feet are, and the adult-sized band will not fall off, even newly hatched chicks.
So their legs will not grow all that
No,
much.
that's right. That's right. The band is loose around the shank, but their toes are what hold them from dropping off.
The targets alternate from house to house. The shot from the shotgun shell travels at about 1,300 feet per second after the trigger is pulled, and the clay pigeons are flying at about 125 feet per second, which means the shooter has to point the gun in front of the bird, lead it before he fires. The recoil pushes the barrel up before the shot hits. You guessed it. Some people came to the outdoor fair just to fiddle around, but it added a new dimension to our muzzleloaders village, a living encampment of colonial tents and teepees. Harry Reinfelder steps up to take a bird in a crossing shot.
Bird!
Then it's my turn to try to match Harry.
Bird!
And what are the things you want to keep in mind for your northern adventure? Well, prepare for mosquitoes and black flies because there'll be a constant welcoming committee. Earplugs for bed? Not a bad idea. If there's no shower, consider bringing your own. And for showers you don't want, always bring rain gear. I repeat, always bring rain gear. A first aid kit is a must, as important as bringing enough food. And don't skimp on fishing tackle. That's what you're there for.
There we go. There we go. I got it. I got him. Yes. I know. We don't have him yet. That's right.
Bring your net over here.
We better have a net. We better have a net. Harry? Harry? Could you have gotten the net earlier by chance? Here we go. There we go. Oh, I'm very pleased. Oh, that's great. That's my first whitefish.
The afternoon fishing boats cast off the dock at South Haven, carrying decks full of anglers who hope to catch as many perch as the boats brought in from the morning trip.
We had 3,000 fish on the dock this morning between both boats.
3,000?
It's a good day.
I think I'm getting more patient too. I'm not gonna shake another big one off. Not ever since I lost that world record.
In the old days, you could horse salmon in because if you lost one, there were always more to be caught. But today, the quiet fighting lake trout are treated gingerly. They're valued because 2 or 3 make a decent morning's catch.
Covered with weeds. Got him. Oh, we've got him in here someplace. Gary, I gotta thank you. It isn't many guys who go in up to their crotch for a bluegill like this.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay, let's see. Under all of this is a beautiful bluegill. Wow. This is definitely the biggest bluegill I've ever caught. Now let's unveil him. Look at that. Oh.
It's a good sized one.
Good sized one. Good grief.
And they come bigger yet.
That's a monster. Yep. There we go. Well, this is the biggest bass so far. Now he also swallowed the hook, so he's going to get the de-hooker treatment. Yeah, just put it down like that. You ready? Pull the trigger, and off goes the bass. Isn't that amazing? Don't have to touch it. No muss, no fuss. It chops, it grinds. It makes pizzas. Oh, I know something's moving. Hold still. I am going to hold still. Can you feel it now? Am I doing that? Is that you? That's right. I don't know, but it's behind me here. Let's go. Oh. That was not the log you were moving. It was behind me here. Let's go. Okay. I have all of a sudden lost my... Hold still. Let me see if I can find it. Just stand right still and... I am. Was that it? No, that's him! That's him! Because he moved. He's right behind me. Oh, man. Oh, he was down in the mud. Oh, he was. Oh, look at that. Oh, Scott. Here. No. Congratulations. Oh, boy. Oh, sucker kept trying to bite me. Does Buck stop changing their advertising and having this money back guaranteed? Does that take them off the hook?
Well, all of those things would be subject to a statute of limitations as to when they did it and so on. All we can go on now is that no claims are being made. I think they're being safe. In other words, they could be, by not making any claims and saying we'll give you your money back if you don't like it, they could sell you hot air.
And if a hunter kills a dominant buck, there are a few things that he can do to help himself. Take that tarsal gland immediately and put it in a bottle of glycerin, and you will have one heck of a trophy hunting scent.
Good boy, good boy. Good boy. Okay, he's gonna go now.
Well, I missed, and I told Jim what tough shooting it is through all these trees.
Yeah, well, that's why they make all those BBs inside the...
There you go. Fetch it up, fetch it up, fetch it up.
All right. Successful.
Peach, fetch it up. Oh! How about that?
Isn't that typical? Can't find birds away from home on opening day, so an hour around home on the third day of the season, roosters are all over. Mo and I flushed 9 in 3 hours.
I don't know about you, but I am a little shook up right now. I am very shook up. I had the deer coming over the top of the camera. He came charging at me twice, trying to gore me, all the time grunting. And I tell you what, he's still grunting out there. I've been to a lot of places with you, Fred, but this is the first time I've ever felt my life threatened by an animal.
It came at you the first time, and then what would it do? Would it back away or?
Well, if it got to like between me and you in that distance, I would really scream real loud, and he would always stop when I'd do that. And then I'd try to back up a little bit more, and then he'd keep coming, and I'd scream again. And finally, he pushed me into the water. It's the only place I had to go, and he came into the water for a little while, but then he just kind of wandered off.
All that shooting to the south usually brings those deer this way. They'll probably come through about 80 miles an hour.
When a deer barreled by, Abby missed it with the camera, and Kathy missed it too.
I think I shot right over the top.
The ones that came into the field all exhibited the same basic response to the decoy. Hesitating, cautious, but totally fascinated by this deer that wouldn't move.
Oh, this is hysterical.
It was amusing to see how does and fawns tried to get a response from the decoy, totally absorbed in the decoy and not looking our direction. And it was funny how all the deer continually looked the same direction the decoy appeared to be looking.
Look at that.
Did you have any idea when you went up to this buck that this was going to be the state record?
No, not at all.
Well, that's incredible. Pat Flanagan from Livonia came up with the biggest buck of big buck night. Take a good look at this bruiser. 48 1/4, 25 antler points, even if it's only 23 antler points, Pat. You've got the record books every which way.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. The biggest buck of big buck night. How about that?
The people make the show, and you know that as well as I do. Yeah. You don't contrive these things. They come from the tips from the audience, and that's how we made 1 million friends in all those long years. I loved it.
Oh, boy, that was the year that's behind us. Almost makes me tired looking at it, but I'm ready to jump into another year. I hope you are too. We have also had a year of tremendous recipes. We have a wild game cooking contest coming up this March and a lot of adventures ahead. Some of the shows we're going to repeat, some of the most exciting ones you've seen, so I hope you join me during this coming year. But the recipes, we have so many excellent ones. We have a very festive recipe right now coming up, something that you might want to serve at the holiday time.
Barbara Conklin sent us a smoked pheasant log recipe, and every time Barbara sends a recipe, it's always something to do with pheasant.
I think her husband is a big pheasant hunter down there in
I think
Ohio.
so, too. This has horseradish, lemon juice, and you could use fresh lemon here, onions, and cream cheese. And the pheasant has been cooked and cooled and then shredded, and then this is all just going to be mixed in together.
Got to be terribly tender.
Oh, very. And you just make it the consistency you want, and because you want to be able to roll it afterwards. And
horseradish
right
on top of the lemon
right
juice?
and a
or
little bit of
horseradish
salt.
sauce.
Now
I guess
this
it is.
the recipe called for smoked pheasant breast, but she said a shortcut would be to add liquid smoke, and that's the way we're going to do it. She says it comes out tasting just like the same, and the way we did it, I can't believe that the other would be any better. And I just want to mix it up thoroughly, and then you're going to roll it in aluminum foil. You could use saran wrap, and then cool it.
Oh, the point of you roll it in that so you can cool it and get a log
right.
out
Well,
of it?
then the cream cheese will actually set up, and it'll stay formed better.
It looks fairly well set up right there.
Well, it'll be even better once it's rolled and cooled.
Now the garnish.
Right, parsley and then pecans, and you want to smash those pretty good, and then just roll your log in it.
And so the smoked pheasant log probably could be done with other substitutes.
Sure,
of
you
meat.
could use chicken. It'd be great with chicken.
It is super with pheasant. And
Yes.
as I recall, Bob Garner, upon tasting this and recalling the contest, was getting a little philosophic.
It's kind of like running into an old teacher, you know. You that you maybe pulled some bad prank on, you wonder how in the dickens you did it. Why wasn't this #1? I mean, really. I had this recipe, and it was opposite the meatball one, which was absolutely great. We judged it to be #1. This is incredible. This is even better than when we ate it up there.
It is. You know, for wild game, for people who want to impress guests.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine anybody wouldn't like it, because pheasant this way, or I imagine even rabbit, small game of all types.
And this way, just using the breast, it makes it go a long ways, too.
And it is so flavorful and so mild.
And you
so
can
tasty.
use the word in the presentation of elegance and everything else. Truth of the matter is, it just tastes good.
Darn good.
I think about to finish this baby off.
I will. I will. Hey, stay out of it, will you?
Recipes like this are not only tasty, but they're very versatile. You can make them with any small game, rabbit, squirrel, grouse, or pheasant. You can even make them with chicken or turkey if you don't have any wild game. We've had a great year here in the outdoors. We've come a long ways, I think, with the television show and also with our Outdoor Digest magazine. Be sure to write to us if you haven't gotten a copy. We're, of course, doing full-color magazines now, and we have all of the outstanding recipes that we show each week right here in the Digest. This is how you can follow along with the weekly show. What do we have coming up ahead this year? Well, one thing we're going to do is get into more wildlife features. We have a story of a buck that is 17 years old, a pet buck in a pen. His whole set of antlers has been saved. We have all kinds of stories. Of course, I can't wait to rerun the one with the snapping turtle, one of my all-time favorites. But whatever you do, see if you can't get outdoors this weekend. It's a great place to be. See you next week.